What is up, geeks and gamers? It's your boy Q
and QMG.
Bring you guys into the Quniverse where we talk to you guys about everything geeky, gaming, and nerdy. And what a better day to start off this wonderful Sunday. We got a great episode for y'all, and we're going to turn all the way up. Thank y'all for tuning in. We missed a couple weeks because we had a little bit going on, but we are back, and you already know we turn it up like nobody's business because every week, me and Q give you guys everything GQ smooth. We're always on our P's and Q's, and you already know how we do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. QMG, you doing all right today?
Yes, sir. I definitely am.
That's what's up. We got a great episode for y'all. We're going to be talking about a lot. We're going to be talking about some good old-fashioned Loki, Army of the Dead, and E3. So E3 is back, and it's looking like it might be better than ever. So I'm really excited to talk about it. But yeah, so we have Loki coming out next week. We're going to be getting a little bit into that, just talking a little bit about it. I know we talked about a lot on Into the Quniverse as well as Keep It G, but we got a little bit more to talk about because it's right around the corner, and why not? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Loki will be out, I believe, June 9th. It's going to be coming out on the first episode will be coming out on Wednesday. It's the first episode of any of the MCU shows to come out on a Wednesday. Usually they come out on Fridays. So we got to get them on every Wednesday. So that's pretty cool. I enjoy it to see it coming out like that. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be pretty interesting. QMG, I know we talked about Loki a couple of times on Into the Quniverse. How are you feeling about Loki? Is there anything new that you're feeling, or how are you feeling about it?
It's like I said last time, I'm not feeling it at all. Really don't have any interest to watch it and keep up with it. Maybe I might check out the first two episodes, might not. I'll probably wait for one of my diversity team members to say they liked it or you know, something along those lines. But I'm not really just chomping at the bit.
So you just
to watch it.
So you just getting on Loki hard. Folks don't mess with Loki like that. But it's all good. I'm ready to see what Tom Hiddleston does. We just want to bring it to y'all attention that it's coming out next week. We're really not super, like I've said before, I'm really not super hype about it or super excited about it. It seems all right. I'm not going to get my hopes too far up about it. I'm just going to watch it for what it is. Hopefully it's good. QMG also said that he's not that big on Loki as the show, so we're definitely going to see where it goes. But yeah, I'm ready to see what they do with it. Not saying I'm 100% excited, but I'm definitely okay with it. Yeah.
Same deal.
But we on Keep It G, shout out my Keep It G crew, D-Man and Danita. We talked about Army of the Dead. And we thought it was a very good movie. All three of us actually liked it a lot. A lot of people have been coming out after the fact with theories and talking about a lot of things, but I definitely like the movie. For all my people who haven't seen Army of the Dead yet, it's been out for 2 weeks. Go see it. But no, in all actuality, Army of the Dead was really good, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of people thought it was going to be a conventional zombie movie. It was very different. I was really, it was a breath of fresh air how different it was to me. It wasn't nothing over the top different, but some of the routes they took and some of the things that they did, I thought were pretty cool. It wasn't action packed. It wasn't action-packed field changes, but I thought there were changes that I thought were necessary to build the character development. So, Army of the Dead, Kamani, what was your thoughts on Army of the Dead? How did you feel about it?
I loved it. I absolutely, positively loved it. Every second of it. It's honestly one of my favorite horror movies now. I'm saying zombie movies.
Hold on. Let's back up. First, if y'all just check out QMG with the shades on, my boy is Swagger P. Look, he's so swaggy, man. Like, look at that man, bro. Damn. Doing your thing, man. Fresh. What you saying now, bro?
No, definitely. I'm definitely just really like I love the movie from start to finish. It's definitely not just your typical brainless horror movie. It has a lot of heart and soul and drama and action to it, as well as the horror. None of all of the characters were compelling in their own way.
Yeah,
and it's an excellent film in my opinion. Definitely worth it. It's hell of a spectacle, hell of a good watch, and really wish this would have came out at a better time for theaters because I guarantee you this would have been a sleeper hit, even though it should be considered an obvious hit from Zack Snyder and the crew. Shout outs to Omari Hardwick, Dave Bautista, all of the whole Army of the Dead crew that did the damn thing.
Well, me, in my personal opinion, I think it would have suffered going to theaters because it was so non-conventional zombie. And I've heard from multiple people that maybe the length was a little bit too long for them. That the length was a little bit too. Now, for me personally, I thought the length was just right. 2 hours and 30 minutes, I believe, 2 hours and 40 minutes, something around that length. Mm-hmm. But I thought that the movie was done. I thought the timing on it was pretty well done. I thought it was pretty well paced. I didn't think it was too outrageous like people were saying, but I think it would have suffered because it was such an unconventional zombie movie. There was a lot of parts that I think people thought that they were going to get that they didn't get, that it kind of left a taste in their mouth. I'm not going to say bad, but wanting more. As far as especially the action goes, where we see in zombie movies or zombie shows like Z Nation and The Walking Dead, where it's almost more based around the action. Because you have these undead creatures chasing and stalking people that people might not feel they got in Army of the Dead. What do you think?
I disagree entirely with people who would say that, who think that this movie is not up to snuff. I definitely feel like this is, like I said, if you thought this was just going to be a zombie romp, then I can see why you would be disappointed. But all in all, I don't know. I really disagree. I really think that I really think people, I would be pleasantly surprised watching this film.
Yeah, I was. I definitely was. I thought it was awesome. But yeah, so what do you give it out of 10, QB? What do you give Army of the Dead out of 10, bro?
I give it a 10 out of 10, to be honest with you.
10?
Yeah, the character moments were great. The acting was great. Everything about it was just on point.
Can we get a round of applause for Bautista's acting, man? Batista,
big time.
I would go as far as to say, and this is just me, I've seen all the Rock's movies. I've seen all the John Cena movies except the Suicide Squad that hasn't come out yet. Batista got some acting chops, bro. And I'm not just talking about from Drax or nothing like that. Batista can act like this scene, this role he did, he killed it. Why? I can't see that. I'm blind.
You need to get some glasses.
No, I don't need that. Show me again.
I mean, you ain't got to. I'm just trying to show you discreet. So.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I was.
That's facts. We can get that job turned up. Bam.
I was trying to show you discreetly.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
So,
well, Kamani, while I do this, can you talk to the geeks gamers out there about Dave Bautista's chops?
Oh yes. A lot of drama, a lot of anguish, a lot of pain, a lot of heartfelt emotions from Big Dave. In my opinion, and this is going to be a highly controversial one. While I'm not saying that popularity-wise he's bigger, but from acting chops-wise, I say he is the best out of John Cena and The Rock and himself as terms as actor, as being an actor and whatnot. Just straight up, very well executed.
Yeah.
It wasn't phoned in. It didn't sound wooden or unenthused. It sounded just straight up good. Excuse me. It sounded it just sounded immaculate.
Yeah.
It sounded authentic. You felt where he was coming from. He projected his emotions very well, and that is something that I think a lot of people was very weary of.
Yeah.
A lot of people maybe thought he couldn't pull it off. Maybe they thought he couldn't, carry the film as a lead. And I'm so glad to see that that's not the case. I'm so glad to see that he lived up to the top billing of the film. And I really hope moving forward that a lot more directors who cast him in roles, they understand that he's not just your Drax the Destroyer, or I'm just gonna say some dry humor and be just, be awkward and stuff. No, he's a real actor's actor. He's taking his craft seriously, and he's also a badass. He can kick all of the zombie and human ass, and you need to respect him. So
that's facts. And for all my people that's just tuning in, just on Facebook as well, sorry we had some technical difficulties, but we are back at it running on Facebook as well. So thank everybody for tuning in. Once again, this is Keep It G, where we talk to you guys about everything geek, because every day we're on our P's and Q's, GQ Smoother, and we always know what we need to do. So thank y'all for tuning in. But yeah, Dave Bautista's acting in Army of the Dead was impeccable, bro. Like, I was so surprised. Like, when The Rock first started acting, you was like The Rock. When John Cena first started acting, you said John Cena. Now you did say Batista, but this role, I wasn't even thinking about none of his wrestling accolades. It was literally him just an actor, another actor in a movie. There was nothing that took me out of the immersion that he was an actor in Hollywood. Like, he did impeccably. I was so surprised how well he acted in Army of the Dead. I thought it was really good. But we definitely have to talk about the little tidbits and morsels that Zack Snyder added into the movie, just to add into the movie. For, as we know right now, some things may be expounded upon, some things maybe just because his directing prowess is so good, he wanted to sprinkle in some little eggs there. One of the ones that we probably know is not going to bear any fruit or anything like that, were the Zack Snyder cut film reel in the safe. Remember that?
Yes, that was something that was one of the very first things released as an Easter egg for promotional. That was, that's what that was meant to be.
Yeah, so the Easter egg, that was a pretty cool Easter egg, as well as we actually got a chance to see aliens for keen viewers who watched at the beginning of the movie and were eagle-eyed. You can actually see there was, as the trucks were leaving out of Area 51, you actually could see two lights on your right-hand side if you go watch the movie. And as they're leaving, the convoys leaving Area 51, you can see the two lights shoot off into the sky. Those have been confirmed to be aliens.
Yes.
And as well as the biggest Easter egg that everybody is talking about, the one that's really going around catching the circuits, is definitely the scene where Omari Hardwick's character, Van, was talking about the infinite time loop. And as he's talking about the infinite time loop, you get to see all the bodies that are laying on the ground, and they are wearing the exact same clothing as our heroes or our protagonists in the movie. Which begs the question, are they actually in the infinite time loop? Or, my theory, I think it's cloning.
I can say that Zach has confirmed on several interviews, time loop is you're in the right ballpark with time loop.
Really?
Yes.
So, for everybody who's seen the movie, let us know what y'all think, because he could be doing a red herring. We've seen other directors and other people do it. Keyframe.
I'll say Zach is very good with no red herrings. That he's good with if he tells you that's what his plan is, that's what his plan is. The man is. He's famous for saying every idea he has, he shoots. And if it's not his idea, he don't shoot it. A lot of people should take that to heart when it comes to the Green Lantern discourse for Zack Snyder's Justice League, because a lot of people like to spread a lot of bullshit about that and whatnot. So when it comes to if he's saying time loop is in the correct direction,
yeah,
that's what it is.
So QG, in Army of the Dead, who was your favorite character? Who was the character that you most enjoyed seeing in the movie?
I gotta say, I mean, they weren't perfect, but I did enjoy the core group. I think that everybody, once you put into context everything they went through, I think everybody had a
bless your soul, son.
Thank you. I think everybody had an ample reason to be there.
No, some people less than others, but we ain't gonna. Yeah, we are gonna talk about
the Lost Vengeance team. That's what I mean by that. Like the trio.
But I said, but if you had to pick one character that really stuck out to you, who would it be?
I gotta give it to Big Homie Sky. I think that, and I gotta give it to his daughter as well. I feel like their dynamic made sense, and I feel like they both had valid reasons for their actions. Scott wanting to just be done with this life of suffering and torture, and at that point,
his idea of that is to go into the casino with a whole bunch of suffering and vengeance, right?
I mean, you trying to. I mean, that's what he felt like that was his best option after thinking on it and realizing just how dead end things are, and why not? Why not try to do that? And his daughter has you can tell the whole zombie experience only reinforced her need to help people and whatnot, and to the point where she's like, yeah, I want to go save this woman because she has kids she left behind, and I think that's what the movie does well, is that it shows the duality of both altruism and selfishness.
No, all it showed me is that Kate is the reason them folks died. That showed me.
No, that I heavily disagree.
Everybody all my geeks and gamers out there, not saying your idea is wrong, it's an opinion. All the geeks and gamers out there, let us know who was the cause of the deaths in Army of the Dead.
Last I checked, it was the zombies killing people.
Let us know who was the cause, because I know a lot of people that would say it was Kate, and I think it was Gita. If Gita never would have took herself into that goddamn
I mean, but it don't matter really, because it's at the end of the day
they all chose to be.
It's their choices. And I mean, like if you care, if you see go to your kids and you understand the risks, and whatnot, and you also got to remember that Gita saved Kate when she was being harassed by Shades.
Hey, Sean, sorry, we talking about Army of the Dead, bro. Appreciate you tuning in.
Appreciate you. When you talk about Kate, repaying what was given, the kindness that was given to her because Gita saved her, helped her, with that stuff, and then she knows Gita's plight because the kids being in this camp, and and again, as it was established, they are closer to the encampment, so when the nukes were going to come and they didn't get out in time or they were left behind,
all those folks that were in the encampment got out.
But I'm saying, but it's just the notion that she was so desperate to do that, and again, like when you're in desperate situations, you don't know what the next moment can hold. You don't like it's just like you're not.
So now Gita's dead.
I mean, that's why
her kids are without a mom.
But see, and that goes back to what I was talking about, where it's like the not pitfalls, but the tragedy of both altruism and selfishness. Is you can go in there and you're trying to do the right thing, but sometimes you might not always save everyone or even do the right thing. All the thing you come out with is a lesson on how to be better.
Yeah.
And then with selfishness, you might go in there because you think you're finally owed something. It's basically the perfect analogy for Las Vegas. Why do people go?
Facts, bro. Should have left us stupid ass. That's facts. Shout out Big T.
Anyway,
let me know what you thought about the movie, man. We asked folks, and what character was your favorite?
Anyway, it's a perfect analogy.
Hold on, wait, because you do got on the Peter shades, the Peterson shades, the pilot. Remember she had on the shades. You got the AB. So you did that for a reason.
No,
I see you, bro.
No, I didn't. I just put them on because I wanted to put them on. But no, what I was saying is that when it comes down to the Vegas analogy, why do people go to Vegas? To test their luck, right?
No, I agree with you when you brought up that analogy of the Vegas and pressing your luck and that whole scenario, that whole hypothetical of like putting your life's money on the line and stuff like that, winning big or losing big. I give you that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it any less stupid for what the people did.
I mean, but that's all. I mean, but then again, like I always tell you, every movie is stupid thing because you're always.
Oh no, that's facts. But that's why we have these opinions.
You're always gonna run into people who do make a dumb decision, who do something that's out the pale of you're beyond the pale of
Well, that is not 100% true. First, Sean, appreciate it. We're gonna get to. We actually gonna talk about E3 on our in our next topic. So you stay tuned for that. We're just getting the Army of the Dead out the way. We're definitely gonna be talking about the Forbidden West. So you stay tuned for that. And yeah, I agree with you. But can we get a round of applause? Because my guy, you're talking about guys got to do stupid stuff in movies. That's not true. Because my guy, the guy who got in the red car and said zombies. But I'm finna roll on y'all, and he dipped. So can we get a round of applause for him because he did the most realist thing. He did the most realist thing in the whole movie.
Yeah, but for everybody else in the main, cast to necessitate a 2 hour and 40 minute runtime, they got to take these risks and everything. And you also got to look at it like when if you more or less turned yourself into an army outfit to fight something and you more or less failed because you didn't stop anything and you barely saved anyone, you're like, well, they're giving us this opportunity to get this money and we can go ahead and just retire and not have to worry about it. And
because they were pretty cold back when they were saving Las Vegas. It was a lot of unknowns that they didn't have. What you say?
No, and I was just going to also say that and also the saddest thing about it is none of the I can't speak for Guzman or Chambers.
Yeah. Shout out Chambers. She went out like an OG.
Yeah, Samantha Wynn. Shout outs to her.
Chambers was live, bro. Dre, appreciate you tuning in, bro. We're talking about some Army of the Dead.
But a lot of with the and we don't know what Jeter would have did with his cut.
His ass shouldn't even been there, bro.
He was literally the reason why they
they made it in, but at the same time, like you ain't had no combat prowess or nothing.
Actually, he did learn how to use a gun pretty fast, but we'll get in. But that's the part.
Him and Kate just out of nowhere was dotting heads off him.
But when it comes down to it, the core group of individuals, even the Coyote, really. I mean, no, not even really. Actually, they all had altruistic ideas of how they were going to use, helping with the mission.
Yeah.
The core three of Lost Vengeance. Scott wanted to get it. He wanted to.
What did Van want to do?
Van, he just wanted to go ahead and just.
He really wanted to get back in that life. You see how when they were talking to him about it would be therapeutic for him to go back.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to just do it and just get down. Get on. Like he wasn't just doing it to do it. He was just, even though even though Zach says there's more to Van than meets the eye in terms of how much you actually know. So that's a topic for another.
Oh,
but
my fault. Another theory that we haven't talked about. Oh no, Gita ass through. Her ass is grass, bro.
But
Gita ass is grass. But no, everybody keeps talking about the scene where Zeus grabbed Van and didn't bite him. But
I literally just said that's a topic for another day. You're gonna go straight
my fault, bro. My fault. But I was just gonna bring up. We didn't know. Maybe he could have got bit when he was getting those multiple zombies for the pressure plates.
No, he said. Zach said that bite wasn't anything in any of those. It
was off camera bite.
No, it wasn't. He didn't get a bite in any of those instances because he wouldn't have. Because Van wouldn't have hit his bite. Like his character wouldn't have.
What if it was a zombie in the safe?
No, it wasn't. He said he already said. First of all,
so where did he get it from?
Well, that's why.
Yeah, Gita's dead, bro. Her ass is grass.
That's why I say it's about. So this is where the theories and the conversations from the day, because there's a lot of things that can spoken on about Army of the Dead. That
no, he definitely didn't bite him. But as Kwamani and QMG was saying, it came from something that we've not yet even been privy to, that we don't even know yet. So I'm ready to see about it.
Yeah. So it's all about just
because obviously he wouldn't survive that long with the body.
Right.
But they were talking about the radiation too, baby.
But we gonna get to all.
I'm trying to understand because it was confusing.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, it's not really confusing because I don't know why people be talking about radiation, because when it's a low yield nuke, it's not gonna have. It's not going. I'm not saying that there should be no radiation.
Yeah, bro.
What I'm saying is
to topple all of Las Vegas.
But what I'm saying is you don't need radiation to accomplish that defeat. Like, think of how many.
I'm just saying that it's just a nuke, though. It's like it's not that they want to use radiation. It's just that's what comes with a nuke.
But what I'm getting at is, they're not going like the radiation. They have to that's why it's low yield. So the radiation would not be immediately harmful, because if we're talking radiation, if we're talking radiation, it's a simple science thing. If we're talking radiation, then that means Kate and all of those folks, and all of those folks in the transports that was leaving when that nuke hit, them folks would have been starting to
bubble and sizzle.
Not even bubbling, not even that much, but they would have definitely started getting sick immediately. But when you're low yield, it's not going to be as prevalent as well as when it comes down to we don't know how long.
Hold on,
we don't.
Let's back up. Let's fucking back up.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, because as you're talking, it's clicking stuff in my head. Remember when Zeus was finna bite him? He didn't bite him because he already knew he was big.
No.
How?
No, he didn't stop Van. No, he didn't stop. You gotta remember, Dieter stopped Zeus.
If you go back, Zeus literally paused. He didn't go directly in and bite him.
No, he was going. No, that's not what.
If Dieter, yes it is. If Dieter doesn't know that he's big, yeah, of course he's gonna jump on Zeus. But if Zeus knew he's big, he paused because he knew he was big.
No, that's not.
All right, we're gonna go off screen. We're gonna go back and watch that scene.
No, I'm telling you what I know. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
We're gonna see.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Because why would he stop?
Because he already knew he was big.
No, but Zeus is not. But Zeus is not going to stop because he thinks there's another round.
Zeus was going to bite him on the arm. Zeus only bites people on the arm, as we've seen, to turn them. He doesn't bite them nowhere else except the arm to turn them.
No, because when he killed Coyote, he was going to bite her neck.
But we didn't know if he was trying to turn her.
Yes, he was. Because the only time.
If somebody killed my wife, I'm not trying to turn him. I'm going to kill him.
No, because we can easily say he's trying to find another queen.
That's what people theorize, but we don't know that.
Yes, we do. I mean, it's the simple fact,
especially when we knew that they died, so we don't know that.
I mean, but just because they're dead doesn't mean we don't know what his intentions are. Because Zeus doesn't know a nuke is coming or that he's gonna fail.
Yeah, but we never. So we don't know if he's going for the neck and not the arm.
My point is that Zeus didn't stop because he knew he was big. He stopped because Dieter actually stopped him from biting.
I'm gonna go back and watch the scene. You don't have to watch it. I'm gonna go back because I swear when he got up to Van's arm, he said like he was gonna bite it. And he, right before he like bagged off, Peter grabbed him by the face.
I'm telling you this is because that was the whole point of showing the bit because we knew he wasn't bit before. And he is bit though. But I'm saying he wasn't bit before the vault or he wasn't bit at all during that whole sequence. That's the whole point. And like I'm saying, like when it comes down to it, it's about how it's all about how it's being structured, and it's all about how it's playing into it. Because like I said, time loop thing is something that more or less Zach said it's the thing, okay. And it plays in the time loop aspect plays into it.
Hey man, thanks for tuning in.
When you talk about time travel, you can it could be like, oh, it's you're reaching this, or like some Back to the Future type stuff where something happens and then the time is changed. So what he didn't have before, he has now.
But the only thing I have a problem with the time loop theory is because usually when we see anything with time loops, in that sense, nothing from the time loop is ever back in the same time loop. Like everything else will reset. Why is this stuff sitting in their universe from a time loop?
See what you're doing, and I say this all the time, is that you're applying different methods to different things. All we know is that there is a time loop. We don't know how the time loop actually works.
But I'm saying, because all we can do is go by the thought process and the knowledge that we already have, which in any other time loop story, everything resets completely. There's nothing left from that time.
Well, all I'll say is this. Zach is very, very much a difference. Will always do different stuff.
That's cool.
He doesn't follow anybody else's preconceived template. He likes to do things his own way. So that's why I'm kind of like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's not triple on my words. So let's not just assume that he's taking the traditional route.
Yeah, I'm not assuming. I just was going for my basic knowledge. And all the geeks and gamers out there, let us know. Do y'all think it's going to be clones or a time loop? Do y'all think it's a time loop or clones? Let me know, because like I was saying before, usually with the time loop,
it's time loop. I'm just gonna say that now. It's all right.
Until the next movie comes out. Because that can just go up and say it's a time loop with clones. He could do anything.
He could, but it's clones. It's time loop. You know what I meant to say was it's time loop and aliens.
Because it could be a mixture of, like I said, time loop and clone.
It's time loop and aliens. If those are like it's those.
The aliens are making clones that go through a time loop.
Because we have to talk about E3 and that's a sizable chunk, but we will definitely. We got
enough time because this is a really good movie and it has a lot. We didn't even talk about the cyborgs yet.
Yeah, that's a topic for because we gotta leave them waiting.
Leave them waiting. If y'all ain't seen this movie in 2 weeks, shame on you.
We gotta leave them waiting because these folks may not have seen it. We might start talking about. It's bad enough we talked about. We talked about time loops and aliens.
Miss Kelly, appreciate you tuning in. What's up? I see.
So yeah, let's leave him waiting.
Army of the Dead is a great movie. For everybody who Dre said he didn't like the ending. He well, hopefully it's a time loop. So that's another reason why I thought time loops or clones would be good, because There were some heartbreaking to some scenes in this movie. Some people got turned all the way around.
But we
appreciate you tuning in.
But we gonna hold off on that just right now because again, both we want to. We're not gonna.
Hold on, everybody has seen this movie.
No, we haven't. No, we don't because we you know our rule.
2 weeks.
We know our rule is the first time we talk about it, we don't go into deep spoilers, and we already
first time. This is my first time. Oh yeah, I've heard this.
We already did screwed the pooch talking about.
We did. Anyway, the ending wasn't that bad. I thought it was really good. Hopefully, with clones or time loop, we get to see them come back, all the characters that perished in the movie. But since some people want to whine and dine about spoilers, I guess we could move on. And I guess he got a loophole talking about because this is the first episode. Since we've been back, we haven't had a chance to talk about it, but I guess that's okay. Sucker. Anyway, go watch Army of the Dead. I think it's a great movie. It's on Netflix right now. You can go watch Army of the Dead. Dave Bautista did his damn thing.
Yes.
But yeah, so I guess round of applause for Army of the Dead.
You already know.
We will be talking about it next week because there's a lot to talk about. This is a good topic because it has like all the stuff, time loops and clones and cyborgs and aliens. I like to talk about that though. So we'll definitely be talking about that next week. But now we have to go talk about good old E3. It is back in semi-full effect. QMG, can you give us a rundown about E3 since you definitely know the most about what's going on with the gaming showcase?
I guess so. Make sure you can take the camera on my face.
I got you. With your shades on. That boy swaggy.
Anywho, E3 this year, once again, it's about it starts officially on the 10th and will end on the 16th or 15th.
Hold on. Before you start, I just want to give a shout out to my little brother Quoters.
Yes,
his birthday is today. Shout out, Quo.
Yes.
Love you, brother.
6 years old.
The big 6. Love you, bro. Happy birthday.
What is Lightning McQueen themed birthday party? We love you, bro.
Love you, bro. Go ahead, do your thing, bro.
But definitely with E3, it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting this year. Nothing from Sony this year. Came out. But then again, Sony is making people who bought a PS5 look stupid because they're releasing all of their exclusives still on their PS4, which is stupid as hell, in my opinion. But that's a topic for another day. But the mainstays are Microsoft / Bethesda, because this will be where we hear about all of the Bethesda exclusive games that will be coming to Xbox over the next couple of fiscal years, I should say. And of course, the perennial highlight of any E3, in my opinion, Nintendo. They is focusing solely on Nintendo Switch games, and yeah, I'm expecting at least the next Smash Brother, if not the final 2 Smash Brother DLC characters announcements, as well as Breath of the Wild 2 being showcased. Maybe a little bit of Skyward Sword HD edition as well. But you also got your not smaller, but your third-party developers, Bandai Namco, Warner Brother Games, Activision, EA, Ubisoft, the regulars. Nothing really has been announced so far of what will be shown. A lot of rumors. My personal favorite rumor is that of the My Hero Academia fighters, something along the lines of Dragon Ball Fighters.
Definitely, that's the game I'm hyped for.
That's a major rumor, as well as Crystal Connect 2. Crystal Connect 2. No, Cyber Connect 2. I'm sorry. There's supposed to be a game that's been long in development that has brought staffers who worked on the game to tears. For those who don't know, those are the people who made the excellent Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm video games. And people have been saying it might be a Bleach Ninja Storm-esque game, which, considering...
Hold on, what? Let's back up.
What?
A Bleach Ninja Storm type game?
Yes.
But
a lot of people are excited about it. So a lot of people, especially with Bleach coming back in both manga and anime form by the end of the year. Personally, and I know a lot of people are disagreeing, would disagree with this in sentiment. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot of people, but a significant amount of people. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, I believe, is something that might not get a full trailer, but at least a teaser, because I know we still have the last DLC for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and the last DLC for Xenoverse 2, which come out at the end of the year and summertime, respectively, between those two games. But I think it's too early to talk about a Fighters 2, and I think Xenoverse, since Xenoverse 2 sold more, their sequel will be the first one to be talked about. And then there's this Marvel XCOM game, which I'm not excited for. So those are the games that I had the most validity in their rumors that I heard about. That, and those are my loves of excitement. What about you, dude?
Well, I don't care about none of that. All I care about is E3 as a whole and what's going on. And what do you think the ramifications of the pandemic have had on E3? And first question I think would be nice for us to answer is, where do we think E3 and conferences like this are going? Because a lot of conferences have dropped out. Nintendo has dropped out for their Treehouse.
No, Nintendo's
are they going to be there? Well, we know for a fact. I'm sorry. Well, we know for a fact Sony is not going to be there. Well, we're going to have Square Enix. Square Enix is going to be there, but usually Sony and Square Enix kind of tandem together. But Sony has their own thing now. Do you think Xbox is going to soon follow suit? And do you think we're going to have the same excitement for E3 going in the next 5 to 10 years that it was 5 to 10 years prior?
First things first, this E3 actually will have people back in. This is going to be in California, and California's whole situation is one of the better examples of post-pandemic or pseudo post-pandemic in the country. So there will definitely be people at a physical location doing stuff for this E3. That's number one. And two, I think, and of course, I'm being optimistic when I say this, I think by next year, everything will be not back to normal, but this won't be an issue. The pandemic, I think we are out of, unless people are going to be idiots, which is completely in the realm of possibility. But I think the concept of not going places, at least for major events, won't be an issue. Will it be the same amount or anything? No. Will people be taking the proper safety precautions in the requisite states that enforce this, or have a low rate of people still being afflicted by COVID? Absolutely. I absolutely think that will be the case. I don't think that E3, if anything, this might have prolonged E3's existence, because I know before pandemic, people were saying that it was pretty pointless because of the Nintendo Directs and the Sony State of Plays and whatnot, and especially with the Game Awards at the end of the years, where that's where some of the more bigger reveals would have tangible, gameplay footage and whatnot. But I do think that this, with things kind of becoming not back to normal, but creating a new normal, I think that kind of people will be like, okay, let me at least try to go to these things that I couldn't before, because life has been so weird. As far as the developers go, Nintendo, and while I can see them maybe skipping 1 year or two, I don't think that either of those, Microsoft or Nintendo, will ever fully not be there. I think that they know how. Well, Nintendo at the very least knows how to work the system perfectly, where it ain't just about them. It's not just they don't need the exposure, but they know the exposure is that one guaranteed time of the year where you'll hear something from them, because normally their directs are kind of predicated on what major game announcements they announced. And plus, with the divide, if sometimes it'll be Pokemon, sometimes it'll be, something like that. So it's all about that. It's all about what they have. I don't know what Sony has going on. To be honest with you, it comes off as arrogant, and that's why they're trying to pull back on it. So,
Well, one thing I can say, I know Sony's been kind of arrogant ever since the sales of the PS4 have been so high. And now, even with bullcrap that's going on, PS5 sales have been very high, even if it's due to scalpers and bots buying them up. But they've done fairly well beyond that. So I can see why they're arrogant, not saying it's correct or anything like that. But yeah, I don't see them coming back to E3 anytime soon unless there's a necessity that they specifically need to. But well, I think the games that I'm excited for are definitely the fighters style My Hero game. I'm so ready for that. Like I've already loved Dragon Ball Fighters, but My Hero is like my third favorite anime out, like period. So I'm definitely ready to see it. And I think they confirmed it was going to be 2v2 with an assist. So it's not going to be 3v3, but it's going to be 2v2 with an assist, like an assist type character. So more like Marvel versus Capcom 1.
Yes. But I wouldn't. Personally, I haven't put no stock into the gameplay rumors of it because that's where I feel like that's where people just get wish fulfillment in. But that's just me.
Yeah, but no, I'm definitely ready for it. However they do it, even if it's a 1v1 fighter, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. As long as Arc System is making it, which we know that's confirmed. Arc System is making this game, so I know it's gonna be at a high level because Arc System, all their fighting games are at a high level of fighting game prowess. So I'm not doubting that the game is gonna be good, unless they just have some crazy broken mechanic system that they're using. I don't think they're gonna do that. The Arc System is pretty good about balance and mechanics. So I'm very hyped for that. Bayonetta 3, I'm hyped to see what they do with that.
I don't think we're seeing that.
You don't think we're gonna see nothing from Bayonetta 3?
No, I don't
Think we're gonna see anything from Elden Ring? People who don't know, that's like
that's the next major FromSoft game developed with George R. Martin,
and it's an open world, and they say it's like the next evolution of Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
I'll tell you this, I don't know. I think it's a higher chance because we did have that leaked trailer earlier this year. So there's a higher chance for it showing up.
Do you think we're going to see anything from the Outer Worlds?
The game is already out.
The Outer Worlds?
It's been out for
not Outer Worlds. What's the other one? It was another one that we're supposed to be making those. Oh, that is Outer Worlds, ain't it?
Yes.
What's the one that was Bethesda was making?
That would be the original Bethesda people.
Yeah.
That would be the Outer Worlds.
That's Outer Worlds? Oh, I thought they were making something else.
No.
Also, that was very lackluster.
No, it's actually a very good game.
It didn't make the splashes that I thought it was.
It actually did.
How so?
You just were not paying attention.
I didn't see it win no awards or nothing.
It absolutely did win for best RPGs and stuff like that. I actually had it on the computer over there.
How long did you play it? Did you beat it?
I have been busy doing other things. You just need to pay attention more. I don't know what you got.
Outer Worlds ain't showing me shit.
Well, nobody care about you.
But no. Okay, so I'm happy to want to see something from Bayonetta 3. Hopefully we get something from Breath of the Wild 2 because we haven't seen them since 2018, about 2019.
2019, and I would say it's almost a guarantee we'll be seeing Breath of the Wild 2.
Do you think we're gonna see Injustice 3 or the next?
No, until we find out the fate of where the WB Games division ends up because of this whole Warner Warner Brothers Discovery merger, which in and of itself is a whole can of worms. Yeah. That needs to be gotten into. Any non-announced NetherRealm video games I wouldn't even hazard a guess. You got some people thinking that it's going to be a Marvel fighting game. All I can say is absolutely not, because Disney is not going to license out any games out to a rival to that degree. And they're also not going to shell out the money necessary to make a high-quality NRS game.
Oh, Sean, and Bayonetta 2 came out on the Wii U.
Yes, and it's on the Switch.
Yes,
as well.
And they also have a compilation with Bayonetta 1 and 2, if you can find that for the Wii U and Switch.
Well, the Wii U version naturally comes with Bayonetta 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I think the Switch does as well. But no new NetherRealm game. The only, if I'm being completely honest, the 3 WB games that are going to be shown is the Suicide Squad game, Gotham Knights, and the Battle in the Hogwarts Harry Potter Universe game. Those are the 3.
So what are you more excited for? Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, or Gotham Knights?
Gotham Knights, because I'm not really feeling the Suicide Squad. I'm not feeling the premise, and I'm not feeling I think that as much as I'll, like,
you don't want to see Batman get his head bust over by Harley Quinn with that bat.
No, I just think that the Suicide Squad vote until the air cut is released is not like I don't think that's I think that's a missed opportunity to have any focus on Suicide Squad and not have it tied to the Ayer cut, because the James Gunn movie don't look like it's going to be too much of, not my feelings on.
Yeah, we have different opinions.
My feelings on James Gunn notwithstanding, thematically it doesn't match up with what the video game is. The video game seems more in line with what the Ayer cut may have been on an aesthetic level. Gotham Knights is head and shoulders my pick, because I've always felt like a Bat Family game has been like the biggest no-brainer and probably the best. Will probably be one of the best superhero games. So yeah, but as far as Injustice 3 or that Marvel game or even Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever, I think that is 0% chance at this moment, based solely on the Warner Brothers Discovery Plus merger.
Is it Jason Todd, Red Hood, Barbara, Batgirl, Nightwing, Tim Drake? No Damian?
Tim Drake is Robin, Nightwing, no Damian.
Okay, no Damian. Okay. Facts. Do you think we're going to get Damian DLC?
I don't know, because they not restructuring it, but since they delayed it, I don't know what type of changes they'll be making. The last I heard is that they will not be doing any sort of paid roadmap. Everything will be free. Mm-hmm. Any story updates and then major updates will be free. So that's in no loot boxes and stuff like that. So that's the last I heard on Gotham Knights before they went dark. Because
Disney's not gonna let NetherRealm Studios go any type of crazy.
No. Let me when I say go any type of crazy, I don't mean nothing in terms of the typical Injustice level.
I'm sorry, I was reading Aaron's comment.
It's not gonna be like Mortal Kombat, because obviously not going to be that level of graphic, because they don't even do that with Injustice. But what I mean by that is that Disney is not going to. Well, no. Let me fix that, because it's not Disney. It's Marvel Games. There's levels of autonomy within that whole system, and Disney would not have a say so. Marvel Games would be completely in charge of that. And from what I've seen with the Avengers game and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. And the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it's that Marvel games are very bad at pulling their weight with these video games.
Can I say an unpopular opinion? I was one of those people that thought Marvel was bad. When I went and played it had its moments, but it could have been a good game. Yeah, but the graphics were decent, the story was decent. I enjoyed playing as Kamala Khan. The combat was kind of cool. The set pieces were very interesting. I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there was a lot more to the game that failed, like the multiplayer aspect, which was the main selling point of the game. Yeah. So with Marvel games and NRS, and Lord knows NRS has been in a tailspin since the end of Injustice 2 and the entirety of MK11 when it comes to developing a full experience and not just taking liberties elsewhere. I think that's a lot of pro NRS people's pipe dream. But no, long story short, I don't this is just a roundabout way of me saying I don't know yet what E3 is going to hold. That a lot of these developers are keeping a lot of things close to their chest, and a lot of these scoopers and leakers haven't really put too much out.
Well, what we got to put out? We got to put out that here at Into the Quniverse, we always want you guys to tune in. So everybody that's tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, if you guys can go to the YouTube channel, Into the Quniverse, and give us a subscribe, it will be so much appreciated.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, like, comment, and subscribe. It will be much appreciated so we can keep bringing you guys great content on Into the Quniverse. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.
The YouTube link is in the Facebook chat.
Go give us a small subscribe, a like, comment, anything, so you can get all of our content. You already know, as well as Keep It G coming in. Thanks. Yes. But yeah, so I'm very excited for some of these games. Not excited for all of them. E3, but to me personally, and all the decent gamers tuning in, let us know if E3 still holds the same weight that it did for you.
It does. It does for me, for sure. I still love E3. I still wait to watch it. I
don't know, man. It's been feeling kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Back in the day, before, and we still had leaks. It was never to the extent that it is now.
Well, we don't have any leaks this year.
Yeah, true, because we've already kind of spoiled everything throughout the year. But that's neither here nor there. It's just that feeling back in the day when you watch E3, you were gonna see some shit you've never seen. Like when games came out, like when you see, well, when Kingdom Hearts dropped that, we didn't know Kingdom Hearts was gonna come out after we had been waiting for so long. And that was like one of the last great E3s when Kingdom Hearts 3, but the 3 was announced. That was like one of the last great E3s. People didn't know that was gonna be announced. It's like now, throughout the year, we get spoiled on everything that's coming out. We just waiting to be confirmed on what we already kind of know.
Well, I mean,
I know that's the natural evolution of things, but that doesn't make it less. Back in the day, it was a spectacle. When the PlayStation 3 was announced, it was like, what? When, what was it? Halo, oh my God, when Halo 3 was announced, and we got to see the groups, like,
but see, again, that comes down to just
gotta finish this fight.
I mean, but again, that comes down to, with the sometimes you get here, it's about what the main developers want. And I'll say this: it's ironic Sony's the one that is always the quickest one to pull out of E3 when they're, in my opinion, the ones who've had the least impact on a exclusive level compared to Microsoft and Nintendo. I mean, I'm like, I said this at the time, and it's held true since. When they did their PS5 announced the presentation, the only games of significance was a spinoff and a sequel that you can still play on the PS4. And I still feel that way about the PS5 now. So really, even if Sony showed up with anything for God of War Ragnarok or anything, they would still chunk it by saying, oh, you can get, like, I'm gonna be honest, totally and completely honest. No shade to this fan base. And I'm gonna toss, and I'm gonna toss it to you. And I'm gonna toss it to you so we can go ahead and
let it know, man. Let me hear something, bro. Let me hear something, bro.
Ain't nobody looking for Ratchet and Clank. Ain't nobody showing up for Ratchet and Clank.
Hey,
no.
Don't be surprised.
No.
The Ratchet and Clank fan base is wrong a little bit, bro.
Let's keep it a buck. The last 4 Ratchet.
I know some folks that's literally buying Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, that's nice. All 4 of them.
Hey, 4 games is a big catalog.
No, I'm saying 4 people buying Ratchet and Clank. The last 4 Ratchet and Clank games have been ass. They have, just straight up. The Ratchet and Clank games haven't been good since the PS2 era. Like, and they haven't been relevant since the first time they went on PS3. And even then, it wasn't all of that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart being a marquee game for Sony is bullshit to me. Because nobody is the last, every time they attempt to do something different with Ratchet and Clank, it fails. It's not like God of War. It's not like God of War where it literally took 3 years off, and when it came back, it was so brand new and so different that people was like, whoa, this is like, oh, like, whoa. And it's not like Horizon where it's such an original concept, it blows people's minds. It's not even like Spider-Man where it's such a recognizable IP that you want to have another good game, that when it's amazing, it's just melting your brain. It's Ratchet and Clank.
Well, I'm pretty sure some children are going to get very much enjoyment out of Ratchet and Clank.
No kids nowadays know what the hell Ratchet and Clank is.
I would doubt it. It's parents that are going to buy their kids Ratchet and Clank.
And them kids are like, oh, can I play Cold War?
That's true too.
Or let me play my Switch and let me play Breath of the Wild. And
let me play Fortnite.
Exactly.
Knockout City. Shout out Knockout City.
Hey,
Knockout City hard, bro.
Exactly. Don't try to applause because you don't finna rip.
Whoever ain't played Knockout City, play Knockout City. If you got a PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Knockout City is the truth, bro.
No, nah, dog. Nobody's like Rifts. Like I keep every time I'm going to PS5, I see Rifts Apart. I'm like, no, get this shit on my face.
Okay, so when Ratchet and Clank come out, we're gonna look at the numbers and we're gonna come back to that topic. We're gonna see what the numbers look like. Because if the numbers good, then what you gonna say? You're gonna make up some excuse on why the numbers are good.
I'm gonna be legitimately shocked that this dead franchise can pull numbers like that.
I swear to God, if a Jack and Daxter game came out this year, people would get it. You finna go hard on Jack and Daxter now?
Jack and Daxter didn't even make it to the PS3 era. The last Jack and
But they had 3 games.
The last Jack and Daxter game to come out, and not
Was Daxter.
No,
For the PSP.
See, you did that answer just proved my fucking point. Because there was actually another game after Daxter
Canonically
called Jack and Daxter, New Frontier, something Frontier, and it was on the PSP. No Jack and Daxter.
So it was on the PSP though. It was PSP era though.
The only time Jack and Daxter showed up on the PS3 was when they did their re-release compilation collection that was in HD. No new Resident Evil, no new Jack and Daxter game was on the PS3. Ain't nobody, and I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, he's gonna go crazy.
Ain't nobody checking for Ratchet and Clank. Ain't nobody checking for Jack and Daxter because those were Sony's attempts.
Those wouldn't have been checking for God of War either until they switched to the formula.
Nah, because God of War always had to. When God of War was just your
bash and beat 'em up.
When it was that, it was hot. When they reinforced the inherent good story and heart of it, it made it iconic.
I want to ask y'all.
Ratchet
y'all
and
answer
Clank-
this for me because I played most versions of God of War, and I believe the newer version, this new one, the God of War franchise that's in Norse mythology, is 100 times better than the old school Greek mythology version. And not for the lore, I'm talking about straight gameplay.
Well, you're comparing apples to oranges.
Oh,
Because one is Devil May Cry and the other one is...
people still can have a choice on which game they like better.
But I'm saying you can't. But I'm saying like asking people to compare. I think that's a little.
No, I'm asking them which one did you like better. If y'all played God of War and y'all played the original franchise God of War, which one do y'all prefer?
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, one makes you feel like Superman. The other one makes you feel like old man Superman. But you're still
What?
Superman.
Okay. Yeah, because at the end of every boss battle, I just mash button
No, because
to kill Hercules.
in the original God of War anthology, you never felt on the back foot. You always felt like you were one punch away from just one shotting whoever you boss or not.
Does that make it good?
I mean, from the story it was telling for this rage entity of rage, yes, it's actually amazing. But we get veering off. My point is, I would be incredibly shocked if Ratchet and Clank makes any fucking noise because they tried it on the 3 and the 4, rebooted it twice, and still didn't match anything. Not even the lofty and that's
People can't hear you. Keep talking, bro.
I couldn't hear myself, and that's the
Oh, you like hearing yourself?
Yes.
So full of itself.
So I'm speaking up because people like to say I'm speaking low.
You always speak low.
So why you turn me down?
Turn me up.
Anywho, they try.
You swaggy with them glasses though, bro. You got the Edith Johnson on, bro. I'm off of the Edith Johnson. Mr. Swagger. Mr. Swagger.
No, they tried with this franchise so many times, and they couldn't even match Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. Like let's call it what it is.
Yeah, but honestly, how long did you think Spyro was gonna last? Spyro wasn't just Spyro was not cool. I appreciate you for telling me that Spyro's cool, but the game was not cool.
I will, for a lot of, if you're talking about people who disagree, a lot of more people will disagree about that Spyro take than my Ratchet and Clank take.
I guess.
But
I'm just saying, like, even if I did agree about Ratchet and Clank, Spyro, the character, like Spyro the Dragon, was cool, but the game was lame. You just glide around collecting gems. And
spoken like a person who ain't played it like that. But
what you mean?
But in any case, Ratchet.
Hey, appreciate you tuning in, bro.
What's up? At the end of the day, Ratchet and Clank, dog, I'm very unsure about that. I think that
it looks good though. You can't deny that it looks good.
But yeah, because it's on a PS5. Of course, I would be shocked if it looked bad. But it's.
Are you gonna try it at least?
No.
If it becomes free,
and even if it's free, I'm not gonna. And it's not because become free
because it's a PlayStation.
It's because it's a Sony PS5. It's literally the second. It's the only besides Demon's Souls. It's the only other strictly PS5 game, which is stupid as hell.
Destruction All-Stars. I've heard a lot of people like that game. Honestly, I've heard a lot of people that own PlayStation 5 when it came out free. I got you. You ain't the only one that got to press buttons. I'll press the button.
No, I was going to actually try to zoom in on my face so these folks can see why I'm doing it. You said people
like Destruction All-Stars. It ain't my fault.
I am talking about the top tier console.
You just said
Sony,
Ratchet and Clank ain't top tier though.
no, what I was gonna say was the top tier Sony wants you to buy this game because they think this is.
And why would they put Destruction All Stars out like that if they didn't want you to?
You mean how they pushed it for free in the launch week of the PS5 because they knew you weren't gonna.
Well, it wasn't the launch week of the PS5.
It was 100% the launch.
No, it wasn't because it was just free.
No, it was a launch.
Yeah, it was
Destruction All Stars. It was a launch title for the.
But it wasn't free on launch.
On PS Plus, yes, it was. They were like,
I don't remember that. I remember when I didn't have my PlayStation 5 and I got it like a week later, the sale was over with.
Yeah,
that was April.
But that was just for the PS5. No,
that's what I'm saying.
When the PS5 came out, Destruction All Stars was out on PS Plus.
Yeah, I'm saying it was out, but I don't remember it being free.
The PS5 came out in November.
But I got my time.
Yeah, when it launched in November, it was free on PS Plus.
Oh, on PS Plus, then it came. I guess it doesn't matter. I didn't get it, so I'm salty about that anyway.
But my point is that if this is the only other PS5 game to be a PS5 exclusive, this is the one you choose. Not Spider-Man, not even Horizon and God of War.
Well, obviously they looked at some of the numbers, and Ratchet and Clank obviously has done well enough for them to think we could put out a new Ratchet and Clank.
I actually think it's the inverse. I actually think because the Ratchet and Clank numbers have been ass, that they
put it out again.
That they want to try. Yes, companies do that. If they really, really want something to succeed, they go, okay, it's the allure. This is a PS5 game. You see how heavy they've been pushing the seamless load times, which is the worst fucking gimmick I've ever heard of.
Bro, it looks cool. Like, you know what other games can use that jumping through universe to universe simultaneously through the that's pretty cool. But you know what they literally can do with that? They can have Ratchet and Clank at the end jump into Jack and Daxter's universe. Like, they can do that. Or even have a scene where they fly through Jack and Daxter.
That's just a fancy way to showcase no load times. And you know what game?
Spider-Man.
No, actually, I was gonna say Tony Hawk's American Wasteland was one of the games to say, no load time in between things.
And you just ride through the little tunnel until it loads.
But no load time, you're still playing the game. So so my point is, these people are pushing a gameplay mechanic that at this point, decade.
Now you want to know what I killed that argument with? Only because the no load time, still you're loading up a huge world simultaneously while you're jumping through the rift, and the rift is literally you hop. We really don't in the whole. No, we really don't know how big and how much of the big world you can explore. Well, if it's any inclination from when I played Spider-Man Miles Morales, how synonymous that means they can jump through world to world, it's gonna be amazing. Because I literally can go from Call of Duty to Spider-Man Miles Morales within 10 seconds.
That's game switching. I'm talking about.
No, but I'm talking about into the world. So think of how fast in game you can switch between these large multiple.
What you say? It sounds good. You know what you say? It sounds good. Man, I'm gonna kick it to y'all McClunky.
Bruh, stop trying to make McClunky a word.
Yeah, I'm right. Man, don't complain about it.
It ain't no word, McClunky.
I'm gonna kick it to y'all like this. When it come to Ratchet and Clank, I don't know, bro. I don't know at all.
Thanks. Let us know in the comments, man. What do y'all think would be the best game going for E3? What would be the best game y'all looking for? If y'all watching E3, what games are y'all looking forward to? Is it the next NetherRealm game that we know is literally around the corner? I don't think we're gonna hear anything from Capcom for Street Fighter, but I know something from Capcom, a new fighting game, is getting ready to be announced. I don't know if they're gonna announce it at Capcom, the Pro Tournament. Bro, it's been 6 years.
Yeah, they are already confirmed that you won't hear anything about the next Capcom game, which is Street Fighter 6, until the DLC stuff for Street Fighter 5 is over.
What'd you say? It sound good. Woo!
That's confirmed by the developers ever since Ono left.
Hey, don't speak on Ono leaving. R.I.P. to Ono from Capcom. He didn't die, but he left after so many years. Almost 30.
No, he was fired.
I ain't gonna just put my man business out there. Dang.
You said
he left.
So
I said he left.
Anyway,
how many years Ono's been there? About 25, 30 years?
20. No, barely 20 years.
Been there for a long ass time.
Not too much to show for it. But in any case,
Street Fighter 5.
You really gonna say Street Fighter 5?
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
No, that was 7.
So Ono didn't have no hand in that. Street Fighter 4. Come on, bro.
That was Seth. That was 100% Seth.
So Ono didn't do nothing, but he was just there.
Ono was the guy who Seth was like, said, yeah, let's not just make anything super cinematic and let's try to make the gameplay actually good.
Okay, so watch this. One of this guy's favorite intros in any video game is Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Was that intro not was that intro not amazing?
Again, that was predicated on Ono.
So Ono did that though.
Again, that has nothing to do with any of the gameplay stuff that I just emphasized.
No, I was just asking. You were saying that Seth was talking about not making things cinematic, but was the cinematic not amazing?
But it was the gameplay that you're right.
People actually are coming around and loving it. It's actually a community actually growing. I did research on this particular subject. There are actually a community growing saying that the actual technical part about the game, the actual footsies of the game, is some of the best footsies ever created.
Yes, footsies. Everyone's least favorite fighting game mechanic. Anywho,
tell that to all the Street Fighter 5 players ever.
You mean the much maligned and only now getting the recognitions after the
what that means? Footsies is the biggest part of that game, though.
That everybody despised.
And Street Fighter 4 was heavy footsies based.
But people, the gameplay was also better than Street Fighter 5.
But it's still okay. But it was more footsie based.
But I'm saying the footsies.
And for people who don't
know,
the
footsies wasn't obnoxious. And the footsies
in Street Fighter 4?
No, it didn't. The obnoxiousness of the footsies did not outweigh the fun of the game.
For people who don't know what footsies are, it's the game where you're not jumping, it's the back and forth.
It's the positions of your characters and which character has the better advantage.
Like chess or something.
Yes. But in any case, this has been Into the Quniverse.
Hey, that's my line.
Say
what? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Even though there's a P in the title of this video, which we will.
A P.
Yes, there's a P in the title.
We're Into the Quniverse. Where is it? I want to see that. I can't see.
Are you?
Oh, Into the Quniverse. No, it ain't Into. I'll go back and edit that. But thank y'all for tuning in. You already know, like I said before, go find us on the link in YouTube and give us a good old subscribe. It's going to keep giving you guys great content. We're working on some great stuff. QMG, do you want to give a shout out to anybody before we get on about here?
You all already know, for the usual shout outs to Quniverse and the crew. We got some cool things lined up.
Why you got to talk all sexy because you got the glasses on?
To tomorrow. Later on this week, we got some cool videos popping up. Chief among them, Q Rants, me, Aaron, and Avia will be ripping to shreds the movie, recent movie release of Shadow in the Cloud. And that's
talking about the joke with Chloe's Grace Moretz.
Yes, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
It looked like it was gonna be trash. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not gonna speak.
Like I said, that's all I'm going to say about that right now. When the video drop later this week, y'all gonna know what the business is. But in any case, you know how it be. Multiversity going to be Multiversity Gaming it up on Twitch as well. Finishing up Resident Evil 8, and then pop it in.
Oh, did you make the part yet?
We finished. I'm not even going to talk about where I am because you just talking. I'm like,
damn. Hey, y'all see how folks get when they get the new shades? Them folks be acting. Hold on, that chick acting brand new. Look how he looking. Look.
I don't talk about it today because I'm still hungry.
Oh, so that's what he is.
Yeah,
hangry.
Multiversity Gaming, finishing up Resident Evil Village, and then we'll be jumping into immediately Resident Evil, Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, the PS5 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I cannot wait to play it on the PS5. It's gonna be hype, especially since you can update for free. If you have the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which go back, check the tapes. I said if they would have launched the PS5 with that would have been a day one purchase, but they wanted to drag it out. Hey, no skin off my nose. But yeah, and that's about it.
All right, well, it's not my turn. I ain't got glasses on, but I can talk like this, like you too. It's your boy Q. You know, this is the Quniverse where we talk to you guys about everything. Geeky gaming and earth, you know what I'm saying? So I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and watching the show. Ooh, let me see how that boy getting in there. It sounds like he's sweat. But thank y'all for tuning in. This is Into the Quniverse. You already know how we do. We always turn up. Man, let me go ahead and run that beat, man. Let me run that beat, man. Run that jump back. Thank y'all for tuning in. This was a great show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Your boy Q
and Q OMG.
And this was Into the Quniverse. We bring you guys everything geeky, gaming, and nerdy. We will be back next Sunday, so y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be talking about some more Army of the Dead because we show like talking about that, and we're gonna get this boy up talking about these spoilers. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Dragon Ball manga. We're gonna talk about Loki definitely because the next time y'all see us is gonna be episode 1 didn't drop. So you already know how. Oh, yeah, because the first 2 dropping. And then we come, fact. So 3. So thank y'all for tuning in. And y'all already know we got to turn up. Peace.